on Unpopular Opinions, and I am your host, Stiehl Carter. We're going to be talking about a very interesting topic that I feel like is very, very relatable. Um, Going to get into a little bit of a Steel's perspective, and then I'll probably have a conversation with a few people that are here just to get a little bit of their insight on how they feel and how they view the exact topic. Um, See how it's affected them and get a little bit of their insight. But we are talking about imitation. Is it flattery or is it fraudulent activity? I'm gonna have to say that's some fraud shit. I know everybody say, oh, imitation is the highest form of flattery, yada, 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 yada. Yes and no. Because a lot of times, a lot of people who admire you and feel like some of them are like jealous. Or a lot of times people want to completely emulate you because they don't know who they are. A lot of times is what I'm finding. Second Life has become a fucking cesspool of that shit, and it's a little frustrating because being someone that is innovative and you know you are going to probably set the tone and you're probably going to be the visionary for a lot of shit, it's kind of hard because people are always going to probably try to follow in your footsteps. What bothers me with that is people hate giving motherfuckers credit. Like when they get an idea for something or they get inspired by something, it's nothing to tell somebody, yo, this is dope as fuck. This inspired me to, do something similar or whatever the fuck. Niggas don't even have identities on this bitch. Like I've seen and witnessed a lot of people actually fucking steal people's whole fucking identities and shit. So that shit is just a whole nother fucking situation. I get it. This is SL. You can do what the fuck you want. You can be who the fuck you want to be or who you think you want to be. The oddest shit that I've experienced is people will be cool with me to get close to me to figure out how I move and then try to emulate that exact shit. And that is some weird fucking shit to me because it's like, okay, you can choose to be anybody the fuck you want to be. So you're going to choose to be somebody that's already there instead of becoming something else. Like, I don't understand that concept. So that's just a little bit of where I'm at with it. I've definitely experienced it a lot. It's kind of why I keep my circle real fucking small. I love inspiring people. I fucking aspire to inspire people. But at the same token, you'll have a lot of motherfuckers watching your every fucking move, but they won't let you know it. And you'll have a lot of people waiting on you to do some shit so that they can act like they don't fucking see you doing it, so that they can try to act as if they also created this thing and try to do it better. So it's kind of like competition and shit all day long, especially on SL. Coming from a few other platforms like IMVU, like, there's always competition everywhere. However, it's kind of like retarded in SL. Like that shit is toxic as fuck over here. And I don't have a problem with like sharing the platforms with people and the stage with people, but it's just like some motherfuckers don't want to share the stage. Some motherfuckers think they own the stage, and some people are just really fucking weird with how they move, period. So you got to be really mindful of the people that you surround yourself with. You got to be mindful of the people, period. Is there really a way to prevent that type of shit from happening? Usually no. The only thing you can really do is just encourage people to figure out who they are and like, be that. I know a lot of people really don't have an identity and they don't really understand the importance of knowing yourself.
And someone said people don't help people, which is why it is that way when it comes to competition.
You know what? And that's another thing that's real fucked up to me because I try to provide the information on what I know. I'm not like the know-all and end-all be-all on this bitch. I don't know everything. But when people hit me up in my DM, I'm not one of those assholes who won't. Yeah, like, yo, I'm not even going to hold you. There was this one person I hit up. I'm not going to even blast their ass. But it's this one person I hit up and was asking them some shit. And then they're a fucking creator. Like, they actually do custom skins. And I'm asking them about their fucking product. And they never said shit back to me. Like, no, this one ain't for sale. Or no, I can't do that. No, nothing. So it's just like, so then we also have the issue of professionalism. Because it's one thing to, you know, be busy and not be able to speak to everybody or some shit. You may need a motherfucking assistant, I guess. But it's another thing to just be rude as fuck. You know? Like, you run a business. You got to know how to conduct yourself as a businessman or woman. And there is a certain way that you handle people. And people on this motherfucking game do shit that they wouldn't do in real life because they feel like they safe behind these fucking screens and shit. And that shit is just... You're not safe because karma is karma. Whether you want to believe in that shit or not, that shit will come back on your ass. Regardless of whether you think it will, how you think it's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? But it does. So it's really important to fucking pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Put out what you want to receive. That type of energy is fucking infectious. Like, when you pass that shit along to other people, it comes back to you. So I'm very big on helping people figure they shit out and helping people like find their way. Because when I first came on this bitch, yo, it was not easy. It's not easy trying to figure out. But I always knew who I was. Like, I always knew my identity. I always knew what the fuck I came on this bitch to do. And so it was never like I was confused about that. But yeah, I think that's so important. You gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you want to do with that, and you gotta, you know what you want. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting here jumping from 1 minute you're gonna be acting like this motherfucker, next minute you're gonna be this person, and the next minute, you know, like, you're not. There's not gonna be any type of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency. Yeah, there you go. Consistency with your shit, and that's why I notice I don't vibe with a lot of people. Like, I don't want to be in that so-called specific crowd of fucking people because it's too much pressure for one. It's too much extra unnecessary bullshit that comes with that. I like my little bubble. I like my little space that I'm in. I'm like my little corner over here. I don't really be trying to be all extra and all over the place. Like, that shit's not for me. It's never been for me. But yeah. So I've noticed like a lot of similar motherfuckers popping up with shit that's just like very I can tell they're inspired, but they don't like to say it, and they definitely don't like to give the credit.
Yeah. So King brought up a very interesting point, and he said that's because you hear from, you know, like a young person, like you little, like, be like this person and this person instead of being the best version of you.
Exactly. Like
that has that's conditioned at an early age from society.
It's really conditioned over here. I notice a lot of people like look up to certain individuals, and
Nikki said people need to give credit when it's due.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't ever happen, but I just notice when you're someone who is very creative within a creative space, and I'm not gonna say no, not everybody is creative, because everybody has that creativity within them. They just have to tap into it. But that comes with knowing yourself.
Ooh,
when you don't know yourself, then you're not gonna know what the fuck you want to bring to this bitch. Like, you're not gonna know what you want to create to share with other people, because you don't even know what you like.
Nikki says she thinks that people feel like it's pussy or something to give credit when it's due. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving credit when it's due.
Yo, I'm not even gonna get into where that mentality comes from, because then I will be on here philosophical Stiehl and shit, because it's deeper than that. Motherfuckers don't realize
Touch on it.
the shit y'all think is pussy or weak, or that's that slave mentality shit.
Come on.
That y'all running with. Y'all don't even realize it. A lot of people don't realize we put in this fucking box and they want us to stay in this bitch. And they know what they say about crabs in the barrel. They don't want to let each other out the barrel. But you got to understand, when you let the other motherfuckers get out the barrel, they're going to come pull you out that bitch. So it's kind of like we fighting each other in a barrel when there's a whole fucking world outside. If we help each other out of this bitch, we all gonna be out. We all gonna be flourishing. We all gonna be, on top. But motherfuckers don't know how to do that because they've been trained by society, some inside their own fucking homes, to beat each other up, to not show credit where credit's due. I know motherfuckers who got parents who be like, nigga, you can't do that. You better stick to this. Or girl, you can't do that. You better stick to this. So it's kind of like, how the fuck do you get from there, from your own fucking parent telling you some shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then going out there and having confidence.
And I want to, if you don't mind, I want to touch on what King just said. He said not only that, but they're scared. And
very scared.
This is what, just to tie back into the actual topic on why I feel like people are scared and why I feel like all of this ties together, is that people are scared of the fact that they really don't know themselves, like, Stiehl touched on. And there is this period of time where we are in society is really pushing people to start soul searching and figuring out who they are, what their purpose is, and things like that. And imagine not knowing what the fuck,
Everybody's
and you've had society pressure you, like, oh, you gotta have it this way, and you gotta have it this way. But you seeing that people are not following this societal norm, and this societal norm is already setting people up to fail. So you trying to find a way to unlearn, uncondition yourself, and also learn who the fuck you are. So you're just using examples of people that you may be inspired by or look up to, and this like Stiehl touched on, this slave mentality of idolization is what keeps you from discovering who you are and sitting within yourself.
Because I'm not no better than nobody else, and nobody else is no better than me. I don't look up to no fucking body. I don't think nobody is. I don't idolize anyone. I don't think anybody deserves to be idolized. You dope at what you do, but if I sat the fuck down at this bitch long enough, I'd figure out how to do that shit too. If I had the right type of equipment, I'd be able to create certain shit too. So it's not like you are untouchable. Now there's everybody has a gift of some sort that they're good at, a certain thing that they're that's their thing. But it's not like no one else can learn certain shit and be just as good. So I don't take it to the point where I'm like looking at somebody like, oh my God, I wish I could. I don't wish anything. I just focus on me and bettering me and figuring out my lane, because my lane may not be their lane. My purpose may not be your purpose. So I can't compare myself to you. That's where motherfuckers fuck up at all the time. Comparing it, it's good to have healthy competition where and that competition is supposed to actually push you to excel and be better. It's not supposed to make it to the point where y'all fucking battling each other, and that's not getting you nowhere, because you're just going back and forth instead of looking and see what do I want to improve on for me? What do I want to do for me? And it's a lot of people who don't know what the fuck they want. Going back to that, they don't know who they are. And if you don't know what you want or who you are, you don't know what you're capable of, because you don't even know which direction to go in. So when you find people who actually know that, those are the people you should be tapping in with. Those are the people you should be growing with, learning from. But people be intimidated by those people. And then they start to either take from those people in a way that's not an even exchange, because energy is an exchange. If I'm giving you something, you also have to be giving me something, and we both have to be receiving something. So you can't just be one-sided with it. A lot of motherfuckers be especially, I'm gonna use my wife for an example. A lot of motherfuckers come to her because of the energy she exudes. And it's very, very, very powerful energy. It's very infectious. It's very uplifting. It's inspirational. She pours into every fucking body she touch. And motherfuckers can't handle it because they don't know how to be that. So then they either try to manipulate her, they either try to take from her, they try to be her, but they don't know how to embody that because they've never been taught how to embody that. That's just not a part of their character. So they either get mad at her, they get envious of her, or they try to take from her.
It's light,
And it's
not everybody,
constant. It's a constant thing I've seen happen.
This ain't even on no, like, everybody don't got his shit, because everybody has, you know, light and dark to them, you know, but
they don't have it the way you have it, is what I'm saying. Like, they don't know. They gotta find it in themselves and how to be.
It's a way to be. There's a way to really. One, I truly believe in what I say. When it comes to inspiration, I get moved easily. I'm water. I am that, but that's because that's just what moves me. So that special feeling that I feel when I'm moved, I want other people to feel that. So my takeaway from my whole life experience and my purpose is for people to feel what I felt, if they can, from me. If there's any way that I can move someone, even if it's a little current, I will feel fulfilled in that way. So it's not me just trying to be like this big ass cheerleader for everybody. I do that with people that I will only meet one time.
And that's
good. I do that with customers. You know, I do that with the people that are close to me. I do that to the fucking homeless people on the street if I got the opportunity. Shit, I was in the Uber driver and she was like, "Girl, you got a fucking testimony." You know, so that's just who I am, but that's what I was brought here to do. Everybody does not have the same purpose.
No.
So being that, to go back to your point, I feel like when people are solidified in their purpose and know their purpose, instead of people doing the work to find theirs, they cut corners and they decide to be lazy and latch on to people that understand their purpose.
Yep.
And try to find their purpose by attaching themselves to people who know what they came here to do, in hopes of maybe magically getting whatever magic
energy vampires
or energy comes off of that.
That's what they do.
And I feel like that is not conducive. I don't feel like that is doing anything for anybody, because in order for you to discover yourself, you have to go within yourself to find whatever the fuck it is that's in there for you to let out.
People are not taking accountability for anything that's coming from them, who they are. Like, once you start to really figure out you, like, I respect that that's who my wife is. So I've never tried to change her. I've never tried to, like, I'm like the gatekeeper. I'm the bodyguard. I'm the security. I'm that nigga. So if I don't feel like, and the crazy thing is, you can say whatever the fuck you wanna say to me or her, but I'ma see through your ass, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to fucking break down boundaries. I'm here to fucking be a visionary and help spark lights in other people, and I'm here to see through your bullshit, so that I can tell you full of shit and I need you to start over and go back and try again. Because people will sell your ass a dream. They'll sell your ass some fuck shit and tell you, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that."
I'm a dreamer, so still gotta reel my ass.
I have to reel her in, because she'll get excited about people and I'll be like, "Hold up, let's just watch." Because motherfucker will tell you anything, but if they actions don't match up, then there's something that's not right with what the fuck they telling you. So she's learning that now, and I'm learning that she's just who she is, and that allows me to be who I am, and that's why we work, because it's a balance. Now, I'm not gonna say I can't be sweet or understanding or none of those things. I am with the people within my circle, the people I feel is deserving of it. Now, I'm not a dickhead. If you hit me in my DM, I'm gonna talk to you, and that's just how I am.
I just feel like you're just you've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot.
You've been burned a lot. What I can say is just, speaking from the experience that I've witnessed with, my husband, is that he's who he is and has always been who he is, and people will look at that and admire it. But then, like Nikki touched on earlier, people think it's pussy or too scared to say it. So what they do is they either befriend him and then think because they cool with him, they can start taking from him, like doing the same pictures as him, doing the same creative shit as him, or trying to do shit like him, because there's an admiration there. And I get it when it comes to inspiration, but there's a very thin line of you trying to become me and take on the shit that's sacred to me, because Me and my husband don't do shit just to do shit. We do it because it's tied into the essence of our being. So when you copy or you emulate something that we've created, we take it to a whole different level of personal shit because it's tied into our identity of who the fuck we are.
But that's how it never works out for those people who copy people, because you gotta keep copying in order to keep dropping the shit you trying to drop. So it's just kind of like, I don't mind inspiring people because that's what I'm supposed to do. I like to inspire people, but nobody wants to go out throughout life achieving.
It gives very much general value.
Everything that
Great
you
value,
achieving,
general value,
and not get the recognition that you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
From the people that you're trying to help. That be the shit. I've noticed that within our community, we are the most ungrateful motherfuckers I've ever seen. And when I say ungrateful, I mean in a sense of we be having gems within people. Let me say that one more time.
Please.
Not in shit, in people. People be having motherfuckers sent to them that's gems, and then they fuck over that gem.
They will
or they toss that gem.
They fumble
or
the fuck out of that gem.
They lose the gem and not realize it until that motherfucker is gone. Like, they have people who are sent to them to help them see their light.
And elevate whatever fucking vision,
We done lost
creativity that they have.
We've lost sight of the fact that every gift that you get from the universe ain't always money.
Come on.
Sometimes it's in people, and it's in learning things. It's in understanding some shit. It's in learning yourself. So once you get a certain individual in your life that's actually helping you grow, those are the people you keep.
Hell yeah. That's
Those
why
are the
you
people
still
you
here. You unlocked a whole motherfucking, me encountering you alone unlocked a whole fucking part of myself that was already starting to blossom. That shit just opened up like a fucking lotus though.
See, but you weren't scared of it. A lot of motherfuckers are scared of that.
Yeah.
They scared of that. So
I
they run from
that
it.
motherfucker like, oh, it's time to level up.
You can't be afraid of it. You gotta be ready. You gotta be willing to dig deep into that. Because opening up and learning and soul searching, that it's not easy. It's painful. Like, it's
that
gonna make
shit
you
is hard as hell.
It makes you really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, what's wrong with me? Why am I doing this? Why am I reacting to this? Why am I acting like this? Why am I treating people this way? What's wrong with me? Because what do they say? Hurt people hurt people. So you got something going on with you because of something that someone else did to them. But then you got to realize that somebody did the same thing to them. So this shit is a cycle. So who gonna break that cycle? You think it's tough to keep holding up that guard and being that dick and keep repeating the cycle, but it's tougher to fucking stand up and say, I ain't doing this cycle no more. That's a hard motherfucker right there. That's the G right there. The nigga who stands the fuck up to the pain and is the one who breaks the cycle. Because it takes a lot of strength to do that. It takes a lot of strength to say, alright, I'm the problem. Why am I the problem? How do I stop being the fucking problem? It means you gotta admit some shit, a lot of shit to yourself that you ain't probably ready to admit to yourself. So a lot of people run. When they find people who mirror them or mirror something in them, or someone who is forcing them to take accountability, I've noticed they run like crazy. Or they gaslight. Ooh, a lot of people on this bitch gaslight like crazy. Like, damn. Oh, so you just not gonna take ownership for shit. So it's very important, I feel like, for people to, when they get on this game, and I read a couple of people's posts that were saying like, people come on this game, a lot of them have mental issues. And as much as I feel like this is an important space for people to be able to communicate with other people, I feel like they really have to have a handle on what's going on with them before because that's toxic right there. That's real toxic to come on here.
We live on YouTube right now, but we decided to go live on
It's really toxic to come in here with a mental illness and then you basically pouring that onto other people.
Imitation versus identity theft.
And it's a lot of identity theft.
If y'all have any questions, drop them in the live. If y'all got any perspectives, drop them in the live. Show us some love. But go ahead, babe. Continue. Keep preaching.
But I'm not preaching. But I can understand. I can definitely understand the need to find like people who help inspire you to bring out different things in you, because it's important. Like, your circle really resembles you. If you want to know something about somebody, all you got to do is look at their page.
Boom.
You can really, like, and I know a lot of people be like, oh, they can show you anything and but no, pay attention to the shit that they put in their story, because that shit is shit they like. That shit is shit that they either relate to. You know, motherfuckers like, you don't know really which one I'm agreeing to, or who is really me, because I might see some shit in it, I think it's funny. Well, you think it's funny, so that's your sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? So there is a lot to your story post that reflects you directly. So if you really want to know some shit about people, watch what they post. Watch how they move in the rooms when you go in the motherfuckers with their ass. Because a lot of people be like, oh, I didn't know this motherfucker was like this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And you definitely are a reflection of them by being with them or being around them. That's why a lot of people be like, oh, don't, I saw this shit today, and it was like, don't let people tell you about people experiencing them for yourself. Now, that's a double-edged sword. Because yes, you do want to give. I'm very good at, I'm big on allowing you to prove yourself or fuck yourself when it comes to me. Unless it's somebody I know that's telling me this, like I know this person really well and I know how they are, how they move, and they kind of warn me. Like, even when it's people that I don't fuck with, I'll tell you, like, just don't bring them around me, but do you. Because I'm gonna learn now, I'm gonna let you figure it out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because this person may have learned, or this person just may have gotten smarter about how they move. So you may not ever have to encounter that shit, but they may fuck the next person. You know what I'm saying? So I
stopped giving niggas courtesy, because I realized that even if I love somebody and I got the truest intentions and I'm really trying to look out for them, niggas will know that and still want to fuck with that person because it's a reflection of them. Part of that person is within the person I probably care about.
Yep.
And then they end up using that sometimes and weaponizing the fact that I care about them.
Yep.
And I'm trying to look out for them to pre-warn them. It's not your job to warn motherfuckers all the time. You feel me?
The only reason I'm warning niggas
take that shit and twist that.
Is
so
to
careful.
Basically.
That's a lesson.
I'm not warning you no more for you. I'm gonna let you figure it out for yourself. But what I'm telling you is, don't bring that motherfucker over here near me. Period. Because again, you are the people you are the company you keep. Like, if a motherfucker you fuck with, I'm gonna give y'all an example. There's a chick I used to fuck with, and the people she used to surround herself with real fucking toxic and foul. And she just seemed like this sweet motherfucker, and I was just, I couldn't understand for the life of me how she really could fuck with these people so hard. Like, she fucked with these motherfuckers hard, and I was just like, these motherfuckers is stupid. Like, they very toxic and very fucking just foul as shit. They sit around and talk shit about people all day. So this is the type of shit you like? No. So then I started to realize this motherfucker is them. This motherfucker just was very good at hiding her hand. And then I just observed over the years and just watched that motherfucker be that same person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people spend time with people who have, like she said, pieces of them within them. They're mirrors. Your circle is your mirror. So who is reflecting you?
Yeah. And you know, sometimes it's like you said earlier, babe, you know, people will receive gems from encountering and experiencing certain people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then within that, those lessons and shit like that, it's like within that, you also have to understand that there's going to be parts of people that are reflecting back to you that is coming up to you so you can heal from those things. You know what I mean? Like I've been put in, not to say I've been put in, because I've placed myself in circles, but I've been in company with people that I didn't necessarily agree with everything that they did, but there was something in that was showing me that I was supposed to learn from. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a lot of that is how bad I've, suffer from like that main character syndrome as a kid. And I'm like, all right, that's off-putting. So it's not necessarily just, people was hating on me my whole childhood type shit. Some of the shit or some of the energy that I carried could have been real off-putting to people. Mm. So I turned that lesson into experiencing people like that and chilling the fuck out. You know what I mean? Knowing when to turn my extra on and when to turn it off, when to just chill, not make shit about me and learn how to share the stage and even extend my hand to bring people on stage, because if that's my goal is to inspire people, put people on, really help people discover their light. That is, I was put in those type of circles to learn that and heal from that. Right. And I think people are missing a lot of opportunity, because we're talking about like the shit that is going on, the epidemic, the clout shit, the fucking you can't find your identity. But while you are within these friend groups, these circles, encountering these people and encountering these situations, really dissect this, because this is how you really learn about yourself. Like you was talking about, people really mirroring you. Like, hold yourself accountable.
But see, it's gonna be people too, like what you just said. They're gonna be like, oh well, I ain't dimming my light for nobody, and yada yada yada. They gonna have to learn how to be whatever the fuck.
Well, sometimes that's true.
You'll know what people is on some bullshit though. Right. But then you gotta know when to. Sometimes you are supposed to help empower other people. So you gotta know when to be that and when not to.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people not understanding that that's also very important. Some people have been trampled on. Some people don't know how to use their voice. So people who do are encouraged to, help encourage those people to use their voices.
Absolutely.
Like, not step over them or trample on them or overtalk them or overpower them. Like that, how does that make you look any better? You know what I mean?
It don't.
Because you're a loudmouth. I can get my point across and not have to yell at all. If you gotta yell and scream to get your point across, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, it's vital to know to read a room. You gotta know how to read a room. People don't even know how to read rooms. They just walk in that bitch and just fuck up the whole tone of that motherfucker. Like, you gotta know how to read the room before you come in there. If everybody doing yoga and you come in this motherfucker doing fucking, what's that one dance that one motherfucker used to do all the time? The fast ass dancing? The fucking video?
Oh, fucking
I can't remember what the fuck it's called. But like, you gotta come in there with your yoga pants and shit on and sit your ass down on that yoga mat and do yoga. Don't come in there fucking up the flow.
Yeah, that's right. And nobody's not saying like, don't be who you are, because that's essentially what we're talking about. About finding your own voice, finding who you are, and still being who you are.
Right.
But don't come in here imitating somebody or what you think is going to be cool to everybody else, not knowing who the fuck you really are for real.
I hate that shit.
You know what I'm saying? You got to really know who the fuck you are.
And
you got to say it.
I'm hating this whole spirituality trend. That shit is disgusting me. Because motherfuckers is trying to act like they spiritual and shit and ain't even fucking, don't got a clue about what the fuck it really means to be. You can't, spirituality isn't a trend. You can't make it a trend. It's a lifestyle. Just like being a vegan, you can't make it trendy. You either are a vegan or you're not. You either eat meat or you don't. There's no in between that. You're either practicing your spiritual growth every single day or you're not.
Facts.
And I'm not saying that you gotta be perfect with it, because everybody, you human, you're gonna slip. But it's a daily practice. You can't just pick up a sound bowl one day and say you spiritual. Or you go to one yoga class and say you're spiritual. You have to practice that.
It's an active choice.
Yeah, and it's got to be something that you're doing continuously, like getting on this game and continuously being either a great person or a fuckboy. You gotta make up your mind. Like, you gotta decide, this is who I am. This is what I'm gonna do. This is who you are at the end of the day. And I don't like how people are making it this trendy thing to be, because that's defeating the whole purpose of what it is. It's an essence of who you are. Like, if people really studied our past, our history, and understood where we came from, half the shit y'all do, you wouldn't do it. That's what's crazy to me. Imitating somebody else, if you knew who you are at your core, you wouldn't even want to be another nigga. You wouldn't want to be another bitch.
Why would you?
Exactly.
And that's the point we're making. Alright, y'all, I'm about to hop off this live. If you want to continue, join, be a part of the conversation, request a TP, or join us on YouTube. We live right now. But my arm is tired from holding this fucking phone. So.
You know.
I just wanted to let y'all know we was here, live and live. Period. But go ahead, babe, continue.
No, it's just like, we have to really stop being the way society tells us to be. Stop. It's like we feed off negativity. We got to stop that. We got to celebrate each other, celebrate all of each other's wins. When somebody is succeeding, they say when you see people around you succeeding, that means yours is next. So why would you hate on it? Success is something that it's like, it's contagious.
Mm-hmm.
So once you start to, they say once you start seeing people around you starting to get what they ask for, manifesting the life they want, the things that they want, the situations they want, that's when you're supposed to get even more excited, because you got to be genuinely excited for these people, because your shit is next. It all depends on how you move after that. You keep putting in the work, you keep on fucking supporting those you care about, and that's what you're going to get back. So being you, authentically, 110% you, and I'm not saying that you can't like gain inspiration from others, because that's what we all do. I've definitely done it in my past. I've gained inspiration from something that I've watched or read or seen, but I am big on unique shit. Like I can't, it's not even in my blood to mimic something. I can't do it. I have to be the sole creator of it. So even if I see something that inspires me, I make it completely and totally my own. Like everything has been done at least once. We've all repeated some shit. We thinking we did some new shit, and a lot of this shit is old. It just look different. So it's kind of like take it and make it yours. Like really make it yours. Don't just regurgitate. Like I'm one of those people, I hate remakes in films and shit like that, because it's like, damn, you just gonna take somebody else's creation and just redo the shit and put your name on it and now it's yours. That's not how that works. What you gonna do to this story to make it unique to what, you know, that's you, that makes it stand out. Like, so imitation is not it. You don't want to be the second anything. You want to be the you and the first and the only. So that's where I'm at with it. Where you at with it?
I'm where you at with it. Like we
where y'all at with it? Yeah, we got like 20 more minutes, so whoever is here, y'all can definitely chime in now.
Y'all definitely speaking big facts. Yeah.
Her.
Indeed, indeed, bro.
I know I was reading
Cause
some of y'all comments.
there's a whole lot of people out here, they need to hear this and they not here to hear it. I'm glad I can because some of this shit I need to hear myself as well.
That's good. I'm glad to
I'm gonna
hear
need I'm gonna need to cut a couple some people off. That bad energy be fucking with a person, you know what I'm saying?
that.
Period.
I know that's right, bro. Yeah, we do this every Sunday. We just link up, sit down, discuss different topics. The end of the day, it's all about trying to inspire and be positive and
And
to
whole
learn,
conversations that's
teach each other shit. Yeah, something that isn't like it's enough of the. We talk about light shit too sometimes, but there's so much of that. Like it needs to be more. Like people need to feel like they gaining something from the conversations, and I feel like this was needed. So you know,
But in order for them to gain something, they have to be willing to hear.
exactly, exactly. And lately, I feel like positivity and shit like that is an unpopular opinion for some people because they feel like being toxic is it, or being a negative being is it, or constantly being
Yeah.
in drama is it. But that's not it. That's lacking something. All of that is from lacking something. So what you lacking? What you need to improve upon? Like, and that's what everybody is doing on a daily day basis. Like, we move
Mm-hmm.
constantly. If you're not growing, what you doing? You stagnant. So it's vital that we check ourselves on a regular basis and keep our shit in check. Like I'm big on that. Like
Exactly.
even with us, like with the bros. Like if I'm falling, slacking or whatever, Big Brother Rod gonna check me. Like what you doing? You know. So it's very important that we stay on top of each other. And you keep a circle like that. That's how y'all continuously grow. When somebody's not helping you grow, it's kind of, and you're not helping them grow. It's kind of like, all right, so what we here for?
Yep.
So
That's
yeah,
why it's called a friendship and a relationship. We supposed to move forward, not backward.
exactly, exactly. You got anything else you want to add?
Nah, I'm good. What about y'all? Nikki, you was
Where
hella
P head at?
talkative.
Yeah, where Mouth
I
at?
mean, there's a whole lot that could be said, especially with negative and positive energy, um, because that shit, especially with the first thing that you get in the morning, if you feed that, especially when you feed in that negativity and people's feeding that negativity in your life, it could really um mess up your train of thought.
Yeah,
Because your brain is like a sponge. Whatever you have around it, that's what it feeds. And whatever you feed is
yeah,
whatever you're gonna become. Mentally, it's gonna start gonna affect you mentally, emotionally, then physically, and then that's the person that who you're gonna become. So and then when it goes there, then it's a huge, huge, huge process for you to completely change that.
yep. That's a fact, and I think that's what it is. A lot of this is like learned behavior, but it's also engraved. Like it's been
That
passed down to us.
Mhm.
it's just conditioned.
Mhm.
Yeah, lots of conditioning. So it takes time to break that, but you got to be willing to. You got to be open to doing it. You got to be surrounding yourself with people that can assist you with that. And yeah, I feel like that's vital.
Exactly. And that's one thing people think, it's best for them all to stay by themselves when that's one of the most unhealthy things for people to go and say, "No, I deal with this on my own. I don't want to be around nobody." When we're meant to be around people, we were born to be around each other and work with each other to lift each other up.
That's
Um,
true.
and that's one of our most downfalls in this day and age is a lot of people is depressed, a lot of people is sad, hurting, and they don't know how to deal with that with somebody else, so they bury it in themselves, with themselves alone.
That's true. Very true. You definitely want to get assistance when you need it. It's very important that you um, I'm a fixer. So when you come to vent to me, you gotta either say, look, I just need to vent, or I'm gonna start asking people like, are you just needing a vent, or do you want me to help you fix it? So that way, if you just
Mm-hmm.
venting, then I'm gonna just let you get it out. But then we gonna flip it and make it into a positive after that, because we don't want to ever leave it on no negative, stagnant energy. We want it to be positive energy. We want to be uplifting energy. So even if we don't figure out a way to fix the situation, at least we can change and transmute the energy. So I feel like that's like very important as well. Now being alone, I'm gonna touch on that what you said, because being alone is important when you are trying to understand something. I think that's okay. I think it's okay to sit with your shit and
True.
figure it out so that you can try to understand what's bothering you and why. And then once you start to understand that, because sometimes people are afraid to be alone and feel like they avoid things. Sometimes it's important to be alone so that you can handle that situation and really like sit with it and take accountability.
Very much true.
Yeah, so then you step out and then you get the assistance you need from others. So it's a process that people, we don't even, like a lot of us in our community don't even realize how vital it is to have therapy. Like we shame each other for therapy when that's something that people get on a regular basis to keep their mental
Mm-hmm.
together. You know what I'm saying? To sort your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a person that likes to write your thoughts down, sometimes it's important to actually have somebody that's unbiased, that you
Yeah.
can sit and just have a conversation with, and can help you to try to understand the things that you're dealing with. So I don't know. We just gotta find a way to really be better at how we communicate, how we move, how we handle situations, and how we work with each other. Because uplifting each other is like vital. It's like something that I feel like is really lacking. It's really lacking in our community. Shit, and SL just really showed me that more so than anything else. Like social media as a whole has showed me that. I've seen it light. I've seen the light side, and then I've seen the dark side, and it's just Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is wild. Um, but yeah, that is the type of vibes that we be trying to have and emit, and that's the type of vibes we like around us. Um, but yeah, so I think we pretty much touched on everything in terms of this particular topic. Um, like I said, imitation is never really flattering. I feel like, telling somebody that they inspired you is flattering. I feel like communicating with someone and giving them credit when they did a job well done is flattering. And I think if you are going to try to, if you do something that is inspired by something someone else did, you definitely tell them that. Like, yo, you gave me an idea for a book I want to write, or you gave me an idea for a podcast I want to start. You inspired me to start my podcast. Like, it's good for people to hear that. I feel like that's
Mm-hmm.
important. It's uplifting. So I feel like that's
But people always don't take that as that though. When someone sees something and someone else get inspired, some people take it as like, oh, so you're trying to be like me. They don't understand. It's like, no, you have now inspired someone else
right,
to do what they've been wanting to do for a while.
right,
But instead of you giving them that support, you attack them.
right. That's true too.
I think a
And
lot of
Ooh,
go ahead.
I think a lot of people have that crab in a barrel mentality. It's like I can't see you going to the top and help you get out. I feel like I need to pull you back down. So
yep,
it's hard to see other people win when you're not secure in what you're doing. See, when you're secure in what you're doing, it's not, you don't care about what the next person is doing. When you see someone inspired by you, you're like, okay, well, it's nice if you show me your props. And that's not to say that it's okay to be taken from other people, but it's also like tunnel vision when you're going towards a goal or something.
right. See, me and my
Mm-hmm.
we be on the same page. I don't think she was here for that part, but she already knew, like, we was on the same page. It's the energy. Energy. You gotta be on the same page. But yeah, babe, that's you. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like it is with a lot of people. It's definitely the crab in the barrel. It's definitely a lot of we focusing on the wrong shit. We fighting each other consistently all the time when we should be uplifting each other and helping each other out that barrel. Like, creativity is supposed to be celebrated, and it's an opportunity for people to express themselves. So, yeah, definitely share with people. You definitely want to inspire people. You definitely want to give credit where credit is due. And I feel like everything will come full circle when everybody is just moving in that way. Because I definitely get inspired all the time. So, and I even reach out to people sometimes. Some of the people I get inspired by is like up there, and they don't see some of my fucking comments. I'm sure they got like 1 million goddamn comments on a post and shit like that. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might see that shit and might actually respond to that shit. So,
Right.
yeah, I think that's like vital. Definitely vital. Babe, you got something else you want to add? I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. But yeah, if y'all have any ideas for topics in the future, definitely hit me in a DM and share those. We definitely like to hear what y'all, have on y'all mind, what y'all want to share, what y'all think we should cover.
And it's always an open, discussion. It's never a one-way conversation. So.
No. Yeah, we definitely have an audience, so y'all definitely can feel free on Sundays, same time, 7 SOT every Sunday. Hop over here, sit down, join the conversation, share your thoughts, share your experiences.
Catch us on the go, we live on YouTube every time.
All that.
So
yeah.
If you know
Oh
somebody
yeah, I'll definitely be here more.
Send that shit to them. Fuck that. Send that shit. They not here. It's no excuse. It's